for Bitcoin as the CBOE prepares to unveil the first ever futures market for the cryptocurrency. So our Bob Pisani is on the floor to tell us all about it. Bob, you got to make sense of all this for us.
I will. Courtney, it's a big moment. We've been waiting for this for many months. Let's just go through what goes on here. First, the CBOE is going to introduce 3 monthly contracts. It'll likely be January, February, and March. The initial price for January will probably be very close to the cash price right now. It'll be cash settled, and that is the most important aspect of this whole thing. You don't need to own Bitcoin to actually trade it. It's cash settled, and you can short it. And again, that's in dollars. How about some questions? Where is this all going? Here's what I'm hearing. How are the sellers going to be? We don't know, but it's likely going to be a bunch of Bitcoin miners and people who are hedging, people who are long Bitcoin but want to sell futures against that. Maybe some institutional traders. Again, it's easy because you just can trade it in cash. Who's the market makers? Well, we don't know. They don't typically announce that, but there are several big ones that will likely be participants. How many firms will participate? Again, it looks fairly limited. We've had some big firms like JP Morgan already announced they won't allow their clients to do it initially. Schwab and Ameritrade, they're taking a wait-and-see attitude, so we may have very limited trading. The big question will be on that liquidity. And now, here's the big issue. Will it reduce or increase volatility? And again, we don't know. Historically, when you bring in futures contracts into commodities, it tends to tampen down the volatility, but that may or may not happen right now, and that's one of the big questions we want to answer in the next few weeks. Long term, here's the questions. Exactly who is regulating Bitcoin? We all say, well, the CFTC is regulating the Bitcoin futures, what we're talking about now, but the rest of it, we don't know. Bitcoin Cash is completely unregulated, and that's why the SEC turned down Bitcoin ETFs this year, saying we don't know who's regulating this market. And it's not clear that just because we have futures that are regulated by the CFTC, that will be enough for the SEC. And then there's all those intermediaries, the people who own the wallets. That's also a gray area. This is going to have to be addressed. And remember, Mike, Bitcoin, by definition, by its nature, is unregulated itself. So it's a bit of a conundrum for moving forward on that. I want to hear on Monday. Here's what I want to know. I want to see what kind of liquidity you have. And, Mike, I want to see what the bid-ask spread is like. Is it crazy? It trades in $10 increments. I want to see how big the bid-ask and what the pricing moves on Monday is. That's all we want to see. And let's see what happens then. It'll be a big day.